All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's going to run. You're going to refer to this page. We've been referring to this page several times, specifically this area here. We are going to flip a couple of pages to question number 12. So this is the next page, not this one, but the next page after that. And we're gonna look at number 12. This is the only problem you have to do, and you only have to do it along with me. When I'm done with the video, you're gonna take a picture of it and you're gonna submit it in the assignment, and you get a 100 for doing it, and you also get class attendance. If you don't do this, I'm assuming you're not in class. If you're in class, though, this is an easy 100 and an easy, present day. So what I'm doing first is I just zoomed in a little bit, and I am going to properly rewrite the first equation to the right because it's not set equal to y. Now, these steps should be familiar, but I am going to take you through them again. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I end up with a negative 2y is greater than or equal to 12 minus x. Y has a coefficient of negative 2, so I'm going to divide everything by a negative 2. Now, because I'm dividing by a negative, you must flip this sign to the opposite direction. It will mess up your shading if you don't. 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. Now, technically, there is a negative 1 in front of that x, and negative 2 is not going to go into it evenly. So I'm going to leave it as a fraction, 1 over 2 x. However, it's a negative 1 and a negative 2. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So that is my first equation. I am going to put it in the y equals in my calculator. That is what it looks like in my y equals negative 6 plus 1/2 x. The next thing I'm going to do is sneak a peek at the graph so I have an idea of what it's supposed to look like. Once I have the general idea, I'm going to go to my table, second graph, to pull some points. Now, once I'm here, I'm going to write some down. You don't want any decimals or any fractions. There's a good chance you have fractions on yours, but it doesn't matter. That's a nice whole number, that one, and that one. So I am going to plot them. Now you will see I did write those points down over here on the right, so I didn't confuse them. Also because I don't have my calculator to the right of me, it's on the same device. So I am now going to plot those points. So 0, negative 6. 4, negative 4. And 6, negative 3. That should be a negative there. So 6, negative 3. Now I need to decide if I have a dotted or a solid line. Well, just like I have already highlighted, it has to do with this sign here. It has an or equal to, and if needed, go back 2 pages in your notes, and it will tell you, deciding on the symbol, if it's solid or dotted. And this particular line is going to be solid because it has the or equal to. Okay, I will say that's sort of a sad straight line, but I'm sort of limited with this program here. Okay, so it's solid. The next thing I need to do is decide if it's above or below the line. I think that it's, pretty obvious what's above and what's below. Oh, I forgot to label. So x minus 2y is greater than or equal to 12. However, I am going to write my name on top of the line just for the sake of knowing the top and the bottom. You, and this is how I know that you're watching the video and you'll get attendance, is you are not going to write my name, you're going to write your name, your first name on top of the line. And then I need to decide where to shade. Now, again, I'm going to look at the symbol, but I'm going to look at the symbol the last symbol that I used because it may change. And this is less than. Go back 2 pages in your notes if you need to, but less than is going to be below the line. Sort of makes sense. Less than, below. Okay? And now we're going to repeat the process with the second equation. So I'm going to very carefully make sure that I'm copying it correctly. And I am going to follow the same steps. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Subtract x. And these x's cancel. So I have negative 8 minus x. Divide by 2. Okay. I'm dividing by a positive 2, so my sign is not going to move. Here, negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. And there is that invisible 1 in front of the x. So I'm going to keep that as 1/2. Now it's going to be minus a 1/2 because there's only one minus. A negative divided by a positive is a negative or a minus. Now, I'm not going to show it this time, but I will give you a second to do it. You need to put that in your y equal, sneak a peek at your graph, grab some points from it. These are the points that I grabbed. If you didn't grab the same ones, that's okay. It will still be the same line. Okay. Now, I'm going to decide if it's solid or dashed. I need to look at that symbol. It didn't change this time, but it is less than or equal to, so that should be a straight line. Excuse me, not a straight, well, they should all be straight, but a solid line. Now, what you're going to write on this line, so you wrote your first name on the second line, you're going to write your middle name on the second line. I don't have a middle name, so I'm just going to make it up. What is Mrs. Schulte's middle name? I think it's Lynn. It might be Anne, but I think it's Lynn. So this is how I know you watched the video. Your graph will look exactly like mine, but on the lines, it'll have your first name and then your middle name. All right. And now I need to go back 2 pages in my notes if needed to decide if I'm going to shade above or below the line. I have the less than or equal to, so that is below. And if I wrote my name above, then I know this is below. Okay. And then the last thing I am going to do is to mark the solution where they're overlapping. I'm going to make my S sideways just because it's a bigger space, right? But that's where it's double overlapping. All right? So we're done. Your picture and your work should look exactly like mine. The only difference is the names on the line. You're going to take a picture of it and submit it in the assignment. That's all I want to see. Easy 100, an easy grade to be marked present. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.